There was a particular case, quite a number of us will be aware of that case. They call it the Ali Button case. Ali Button scandal happened in Nigeria. The issue of bribery and all of that. We did the investigation here in Nigeria. The bribes was paid in Nigeria at the expense of our economy. But they took all the proof of evidence to US. The matter was prosecuted in US. As at the last information I got, US had made over $3 billion in form of fines, plea bargain, from that particular scandal that took place in Nigeria. And not one dime, not one naira did we make out of that scandal. Not one. No recovery, nothing. Because the moment that thing happened, they moved them to US, they record them by provision of their Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. And so for me, we should not go forward with that. Going forward, we shouldn't do that. Our priority is, look, this work we are doing, how can we use it to stimulate our economy? Number two, I also spoke about what the Honorable Chairman has also emphasized, the need for us to operate within the confines of law. We are products of law, established by law. So doing something outside the confines of law is going to be negative to our mandate. Then again, you must also agree with us that we are a law enforcement agency. There are certain things that the law itself allows us to do within the reasonable confines of the provisions of that law. Because if you don't do that, you can't carry out your mandate. And lastly, we said we will also use this mandate to improve the image of Nigeria, both locally and internationally. The president is all over the world now preaching investment, even at his age, jumping everywhere, just for us to move forward. But over there, the people know what is going on. At the press of a button, they know whether your atmosphere, your environment is conducive for them to invest or not. They want to come to an environment where people will not, at the press of a button, swindle them of their capital. Where young boys who are supposed to be in school will not carry laptop and wipe off, their money and hack their accounts. They won't come to such an environment. So I said, for us, it is important for us to create an atmosphere that will encourage foreign direct investment and to also promote local economy as well. So we embarked on that in October last year with the support of my entire management team and the staff of EFCC. And we were able to pursue our mandate, particularly in the area of enforcement. I'm happy to announce to you our modest achievement in that. Between October last year and October this year, we were able to recover about 250 billion naira cash, 248 point something billion naira cash in naira, some tens of millions of dollars, tens of millions of pounds as well, and other currencies. Now, the question is, how did that happen? If you understand the way we work and the intricacies involved in financial crimes investigation and prosecution, you will discover that to recover 1 billion is war. And I tell my people, I say, look, the moment we start investigation, we continue, we also start asset tracing. You see, one of the potent instruments that you can deploy as an anti-corruption agency for you to be effective is the issue of asset tracing and recovery. If you allow the suspects or those you are investigating to have access to assets, they will fight you. So one of the ways to weaken them is to deprive them of that assets. So simultaneously, our modus operandi has changed. At the moment we begin investigation with you, we begin asset tracing. And so that was what helped us to make such recoveries. In the area of conviction as well, we've done well over 3,000. I also want to disorientate your mind about what people are saying, that it's only Yahoo. That's not true. We have evidence here. We have high-profile cases with secure conviction on. And again, just like I told the senators yesterday, this issue of Yahoo that we some of us see or handle with kid gloves. We don't see it that way. A particular crime that can cause a nation a loss of over $500 million is what some people are, jesting about. And it's so unfortunate that a lot of people, even learned minds, don't appreciate what we're doing, and so unfortunate. We expect that because when you are fighting corruption, it's obvious that corruption will fight back. So we wait for all the challenges. We expect that. We are not perturbed by that. We will continue to work. We will continue to observe sleepless nights. Saturday, Sunday, we are here working, irrespective of what people are saying about us. But what we know within ourselves is that we will do this work within the limit of our resources. We will be committed to the work. So that's about enforcement. We have several cases filed in court, apart from the conviction, running to thousands. In the last 1 year, we have received over 17,000 petitions here in EFCC alone, over 17,000. And right now, as I'm talking to you, we are investigating over 20,000 cases. Between last year, October, and now, we have opened new case files of over 4,800. And what is our staff strength? We are less than 5,000. And now with the additional responsibility of over 700 MDAs, 36 states, 774 local government, and all of that. So now, apart from enforcement, our mandate also has to do with prevention. In the course of within the last 1 year, we have had cause to emphasize the issue of prevention more than ever before. Because the issue is, I was somewhere in East Africa, in North Africa rather, we were asked to come and deliver paper on asset recovery. Because virtually when you look at it across the world, Nigeria is at the front, it's on the front runner of asset recovery. Anywhere in the world we are recognized and respected for that. So I was there and I told them they were trying to tell us to tell them how much we have recovered. But I restrained myself so that it doesn't look as if we are exposing ourselves unnecessarily. And I did that because, number one, when you recover such amount, you can imagine what is going on, what has been stolen. So we are not, yes, some people could see it as an achievement. For me, it's more of challenge. Now, next year, I don't want to recover as much. You know why? Because we are going to deploy preventive measures. For you to recover 10 naira, perhaps 30, 40 naira has been stolen. So within a year, if you recover about 248 billion in naira and several millions of dollars, over $100 million, you imagine how much has been stolen in our system. And so that is the pathetic aspect of the story. And we're doing something about that. So we're emphasizing prevention. The last 1 year, we have had cause to establish a new directorate called Fraud Risk Assessment and Control. To recover 10 naira, you spend between 4 and 5 naira. But to prevent 10 naira from being stolen, you spend less than 1 naira from our research and our experience. So I believe the more effective way of fighting corruption is to prevent. So the mandate of that department or directorate is to go into all the MDAs and to work with the Office of the Accountant General to look at the releases, go into MDAs and the implementation of the project. And we discovered that in the last 15, 20 years, we have not done up to 20% of our capital project implementation and execution. And if you don't do that, how do you want to have infrastructural development? How do you want to grow as a nation? So our mandate this year is to work with that directorate and with the National Assembly to see even if we can meet up to 50% execution of our capital project. If we do 50%, we'll be fine as a nation. And that is going to be the beginning. You can't develop your system, your nation, without infrastructural development. As I'm talking to you now, we are still grappling with electricity. If you see some of the investigation we are carrying out within the power sector, you will shed tears. People who are awarded contracts to supply reclaim, instead of them using what they call 90-point-something gauge, they will go and buy 5-point-something gauge. So every time you see the thing tripping off, the thing get burnt and all of that. We are investigating all that. It collapses. That's part of our problems. Lack of implementation of these capital projects, capital budget, is one of our major albatross, one of our major problems in Nigeria. And if we are able to tackle that effectively, we will make progress as a nation. So we are doing everything to see how we can prevent that with your support. This, particularly in 2024 budget, and the capital will see extent in next year, and also planning for 2025. I've had meeting with budget, a meeting with 90, and all of that. We are all working together to see how we can deploy our preventive instrumentality to ensure that the budget performance is taken to a new height. Also, within the year, we had cause to commission our radio station as part of our awareness, preventive measures, 97.3 FM. It will be my pleasure to take you on the tour of our radio station, which is just within the premises here. We use it to create awareness on part of the people as to what is right and what is wrong, because some people will be claiming, that they are not aware that this is right, even though it's not an excuse. It's not a defense in law. But again, it is important to also let the people know that we are losing so much when you, as a citizen, support all these inordinate activities. So we are doing that. We are also trying to procure technology. It's very, very important for us to carry out our preventive work. And in addition to that, we are also seriously looking at the issue of the welfare of our staff. You'll be wondering, how will that help our preventive work? Because you see, you can only expect much from whom much is given. When my staff are poorly paid, the propensity on their part to be corrupt will be there. Nobody can. They are Nigerians. They go to the same market with other Nigerians. We are doing everything possible to ensure that the issue of ethics and integrity is taken very seriously. That's why we also changed one of our directorate from Directorate of Internal Affairs to Directorate of Ethics and Integrity. If there's anything that we need to display, acclaim as anti-corruption staff, is integrity. If you don't have it, you are not fit and proper to work in the EFCC. And I tell my staff, you can't come out publicly and challenge everybody that, look, have I collected any dime from anybody in the course of doing this work? Do I owe anybody a bottle of Coke or a pure water? If you can't say that boldly, you are not fit and proper to work in the EFCC. And it's something we take very seriously. And I'm happy to announce to you that recently we have had cause to dismiss people on the issue of allegation of corruption. Even showing the intent circumstantially, we don't take it lightly, we dismiss you. And I've told them, we are now going to go beyond dismissal. We are going to prosecute them. So those we have dismissed recently, we are preparing case for, we will prosecute them. Because if other people do that outside, we don't just investigate and ask the ministry to interdict or remove them. We go ahead and prosecute. So what is good for them, for us, is also good for the staff for us to do. So that is my stand on the issue of integrity and the issue of ethics. We are going to take it very seriously. We are now going through our new ethics and integrity program, gift policy and all of that, which has not been existing. We are developing all that. EFCC staff, are you entitled to take any gift? Even if it's after you do a great job, and even from a petition and say, oh, you have done a great job, you have helped us to recover the money that was taken from me and all of that. Take this 10,000 naira, go and enjoy yourself. Are you entitled to that? And all of that. So we need to develop a program that will spell out everything for us. And just like the example I gave them, sometimes some things may be lawful, but to us, as anti-corruption SARS, it may not be expedient. It's not every lawful gift that we should collect. Even your gift policy may say, yes, certain things may be lawful, but you look at it. If you collect this, what is going to be the outcome? What impression are you going to create? So that is the more reason why I'm advocating for improvement the welfare of our staff. For now, it may not be too bad, but again, we want it to be better. So going forward, we are ready to give our best. We are ready to be committed to this work, to do more recovery, more convictions in the coming year with your support. And if we are going to do that, we also need more resources to work with. So on this note, the Commission sincerely appreciates your intervention over the past 1 year, particularly the current budget we are operating, and also in the area of critical oversight. I want to particularly thank the Chairman, Honorable Ginger Omusibel, who I see as a brother and as a friend. We talk regularly. Yesterday night we discussed where he needs to show his anger. He doesn't miss words. Honorable Ginger doesn't care. He doesn't. Publicly, we give you. We give you and move on. When he finishes giving you, we call you and you become friends again. And I love that spirit. I love that spirit because we also need to be corrected. We are not perfect. If there are things we are doing, that is the essence of your oversight, part of your oversight work. Call us. This one is not right, this not right, you can improve in this area, and we will take it in good spirit and move on. Because, if we do certain things, wrong things, or you hear certain things about us, you should be able to call us and confirm from us so that we can work together. That is the essence of your oversight. Encourage us where we need the encouragement, give us the small credit where we need it, and chastise us where we also need it. At the end of the day, because we can't be on our own. That is why you are a committee to carry out oversight over us. So, in the spirit of that, we are in compliance with your request for detailed information on the performance of the Commission's 2023 and 2024 budgets, recovered funds and assets, accounts operated, nominal role and others. Our submissions is reflected in the attached documents, the document that we have attached to the main one that we have given you, and also we have forwarded our 2023 annual report to you. When I was chief of staff here in the commission, we discovered that we had a backlog of annual reports, 3-4 years. I said, look, come on, we can't continue like this. So we did 3 years together, and since then we have been submitting on or before the deadline. Probably one of the few agencies in Nigeria that submit the annual report before the National Assembly, before the deadline. We did our own before September 30, so it's right before you for your scrutiny. It's got financial 2023 and 2024 budget sum is in the document we have submitted to you. Then our operations summary of cases filed, convictions secured, both years 2023 and 2024 up until October, asset recovered, and all of that. Then other information you requested for the issue of our organogram of the commission, the excess expenditure beyond release funds for 2023, we have also made explanation in the document we have presented to you this morning. Then, in conclusion, our challenges, as I've also mentioned part of it, resources. We need more resources to work. Those days, if you want to steal money in bank, you probably carry gun and all of that, go to bank, break their vaults, carry money and run away. These days, at the convenience of your room with your telephone, you will steal money from bank. Millions. And so, for us to arrest that, also within the convenience of our office, you must be able to, at a press of a button, to arrest some of those things. And so we need technology to work. Softwares, we are going to area of virtual, trading, currency trading, and all of that. The regulatory authorities have just licensed some operators in that sphere, in that sector. I think about 10 of them. So we need to catch pace with them to be able to determine when they go wrong, when they violate our financial laws. And if you need to do that, you need technology to do that. Secondly, the welfare of our staff. We should be able to also make the work easy for them by procuring vehicles for them, housing, and all of that. Particularly insurance, the healthcare hazard insurance, We need all that, and particularly in the area of salaries and wages as well. We need to do more for the staff of EFCC. And upon all, we also need to ensure that we operate within or from our own properties across our zonal offices. Quite a number of our zonal offices are on rented apartments. Just like one of you cracked jokes when we were trying to defend our budget last year, that assuming you are investigating the girlfriend of one of your landlords in those zonal offices, you know that you are just closing in on him. We'll just give you eviction notice. For at least, if not for anything, that will destabilize you for the next 1 month. You'll be looking for offices, you won't have time to concentrate on your investigation and all of that. Say, look, we shouldn't be exposed to such things. And of course, within our premises, there are some sensitive facilities and infrastructure we put in place, for investigation, for detention. We have our armory and all of that. These are things that we should not expose to people.